everyone. The first, let me to introduce about myself. I'm Sheila Melinia from class X4I. In here, I will explain about the material of recontext to fulfill the test of computer-assisted language learning course. But before it, I just want to thank you for the moment so at this time I can present and make a video about this material. Okay, in this slide I will inform you about the outline of this video. As you can see in this slide, I will start from the definition of recontext. Then I will continue to explain about the purpose, the types, the generic structure, the language features, and of course in the end, I will give an example about recontext. Then we will analyze the example together so all of you can more understand about recontext after watching this video. Alright, no need to waste much time, so let's get started now and enjoy for watching. And yeah, I think everyone is already familiar with the definition of recontext, right? So what is the definition of recontext? Yes, exactly. As you can see in this slide, it is a simple definition of recontext. Recontext is the text that telling the reader about one story, action, or activity that have occurred in the past event. It begins by telling the reader who was involved, what happened, where this event took place, and when it happened. Furthermore, it summarizes the event in the order in which they happen, or we can say the chronological order. Therefore, the recontext is written to retell events with the purpose of either informing or entertaining their audience or both. After we know the definition of recontext, we also have to know what is the purpose of recontext. But before it, I want to share a bit tips. If you get question like this question in this slide, it means to ask you about the purpose of the recontext, or we can say this is the keyword. And yeah, basically recontext has social function to retell events for the purpose of informing and entertaining. It means that recontext is not only retelling past activities of the writer, but also entertaining. Through recontext, the writer means to amuse the audience about past experiences. To inform means describing a sequence of events about writer's experiences. As I said before, retelling something that happened in the past through a sequence of events. Based on the statement, it can be concluded that the aims of recontext is to inform the audience about past action or activities, or to entertain them by the content of the text. Alright, I will continue to the types of recontext. Basically, there are 5 types of recontext: personal recount, factual recount, imaginative recount, procedural recount, and literary recount. But at this moment, I just want to explain the 3 main types of recontext. The first is personal recount. It retells an activity the writer has been personally involved in. Some common types of personal recount include diary, personal letters, and etc. The next, factual recount, reports the particulars of an incident by reconstructing factual information. For example, like police reconstruction of an accident and historical recounts. The last, imaginative recount, applies factual knowledge to an imaginary role in order to interpret and recount events. For example, like a day in the life of a German soldier, or a day in the life of a pirate, and etc. Yeah, the generic structure of recontext are orientation, the sequence of events, and reorientation. Orientation is opening. It provides the necessary introduction or background information to fully understand the text. It establishes the time, setting, and who or what is participating. It helps the reader to know when the events occurred, who was involved, what happened, where the events took place, and the reason for the events. Next, the sequence of events. It is the stage that reconstructs the events and the order in which the events occurred. The last, reorientation. It is an optional stage that is used to complete the writing by rounding off the series of the events. Or in other words, reorientation is the concluding paragraph that tells the end of the story. Next, I'm going to explain about language features that are used in recontext. The first, simple past tense. It is used in most recounts, but present tense may be used to create immediacy. The second, recount text using temporal sequence, for example like on Saturday, last week, and yesterday. Next, it is focused on specific participants. Specific participant is the subject of the story. For example, I, my friends, my family, my class, and etc. Besides that, recount text using the conjunction such as then, before, after, and etc. And of course, it is using action verbs too in the past verb like went, stay, saw, and etc. In the end, I will explain an example of the recount text and then I'm going to analyze it. So please pay close attention to this slide. Yes, as you can see, this is the story of the trip to the zoo that happened yesterday. Yesterday, my family and I went to the zoo to see the elephant. When we got to the zoo, we went to the shop to buy some food, then give the food to the animals in there. After getting the food, we went to the nocturnal house where we saw birds and reptiles which only come out at night. Before having lunch, we went for a ride on the elephant. It was a thrill to ride it. My father fell off when he let go of the rope, but he was fine. During the lunch, we fed some birds in the park. In the afternoon, we saw the animals being fed. When we returned home, we were very tired but happy. It was because we had so much fun activities at many places at the zoo. So the story is a recount text because it is in accordance with the general structure and language features that I have described previously. They are the references that I use in making this material about recount text. I hope my explanation about recount text has been helpful in general and you can enjoy it and more understand about it. Last but not least, I want to say thank you so much for your attention. So, ciao, adios, I'm done.